Hello, hello. Wait 1 second. Alright, welcome back to the Sparkle walkthrough. In a previous episode, we completed the path to the Tree of Life. And in this episode, we're going to be completing the path to Baron's Shield. So, we're not going to waste much time. Let us begin. Now, if all goes well, what should happen is I get Wound downwards first. However, if I'm wrong and I get Stream of Honey first, then it's possible, I could be wrong, but maybe the path has a deviation or has some sort of deviation to my notepad, which contains all the list of levels that I should be encountering. I'll show you guys later. Yeah. Stream of Honey. Let's begin. here is a screenshot of the full pathing that I'm currently taking. It'll be available in a forum post, and it's just, something I thought about doing before going into the challenge. Alright, so before I continue, I just wanted to say, actually, there is one topic that came to mind. I don't know if you guys heard about it, but Twitch recently did a lot of, They did a lot of work trying to combat viewbotting. And it was not surprising to see the number of people who use bots to inflate their own channel statistics. This is something that people do, they have been doing, and they currently continue to do. Now, I get why people do it though, because it's really difficult to really get your content out there in an environment where everyone wants to be a creator, because social media has done that. We consume social media like it is our main source of tea. And here we go with the camera. Or not the camera, the phone. Alright, I'm back. So anyways, viewbotting has been a prevalent problem since the inception of both YouTube and Twitch. It is only a big problem now because with AI in the mix, there's a lot more people who are using bots to run the entire algorithm in their favor, and to post content that is not deemed appropriate, right? So to see that Twitch was able to find a quarter of these bots really sends volumes. It really speaks volumes, I meant to say. But it's obviously not enough, because at the end of the day, there's going to be people who are going to continue using bots. They're going to continue to find workarounds against the CAPTCHA and all those other, not policies. It's like these tests or practices that people use. So it's not going away anytime soon. But viewbotting is a thing that has been going on for a long time, and it just really interested me in the sense that you have all these people who are like the front page, who they're at the front page of every social media. Am I gonna call names? No, I'm not gonna call names. But all these people have these connections with other people or other entities, and while the people who, like the content creators, are not the ones who are doing this work, it's just not surprising, because their entities are the ones who are doing these things. I don't know if that was the best way I could put it, because this is all raw. Okay, I didn't like what I said there, so I'm gonna try and rephrase it. So, you could argue that content creators, are the ones who were abusing this, but that's not fair, because while yes, you have names of people who knew about viewbotting in both Twitch and YouTube. There's also people who didn't know about it because the entities were the ones who were doing this. The people who they had relations to, organizations. So it's a bigger thing. It's bigger than just one person. It's an entire thing. And you're never going to stop it, but it shouldn't be as prevalent as it is currently with all these UTTP bots, all of these Patrick Star bots, and all these scamming Mr. Beast bots. It's a lot. It's a lot, and with the way YouTube is running it with their ID verification, and I'm putting myself at risk, talking about this. I'm not going to say much, but I will say this. ID verification is not the way to go. I will say that. You got to find another avenue, because people are not going to stand for it. That's just the way it is, YouTube. That's it. So I hope you guys figure something out. Yeah. Alright, well, I'm going to leave it at that. I just wanted to put my input on this whole viewbotting thing. I do believe that they can do it, but it's crazy how bad it's become over the last 10 years. It used to be a minuscule thing, but then it's just been rampant. It's gotten worse over time. Okay, let me stop talking for real and let me continue this video before I run on tangents. Alright. deep down in the back of my head, I feel like this game wanted me to throw that particular level at the very end. They wanted me to throw or make a mistake. But I stuck with the purple flame, and it paid off, which is great. Final level, wish me luck. Alright, well, I lost all my lives, but on the bright side, I can use this as an alternative slide. Okay, I was rhyming. I'm sorry, I'll stop. Um, I'm gonna have a recording of me losing my lives. It's gonna be a separate thing, so enjoy that. Enjoy watching a grown ass man. Uh, oh, I said the A word. enjoy a grown man crashing out over a marble popping game that was made for toddlers. Anyways, enjoy the rest of the video and me beating Baron Shield. Thanks. There you guys go. I kept a promise to myself that I would beat this on recording, and there you have it. I died so many times, but I got it done. And I think I'm gonna show a little clip at the end of me raging. I'm probably gonna do a voiceover of me raging, but I remember exactly what happened, and I have a clip of the recording that I originally was gonna beat. But this level is bad, bro. It's terrible. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next episode.